I don't want to be on a boat anymore. That's right, we are gonna trade this in. Trade it in. We're gonna be building something that is not a boat, and we're gonna be using that island right there to do it. But first, we have to purchase it for the good old price of... I actually don't know. How expensive is this island? $10,000. Okay. You know, I was just thinking, maybe it's actually gonna pay for itself. There could be crates on this island, and if there is, that would be awesome. Anyway, first thing I've got to do is ramp the boat up the ramp. I don't think this is going to go particularly well, but I got to give it a go. So, let's line ourselves up at least a little bit, and then ram ourselves straight up there. We are going to explode probably a little bit, but it is what it is. Come on. Hopefully a wave hits me at the right time. Perfect! That is actually not too shabby. Get rid of these guys. Awesome. And this right here is going to be our new island. Purchase it for 10,000. There we go. The doors have opened for me, and there is actually a crate here that is mine. Bam! 8,500. It pretty much paid for itself. That's crazy. One problem that I do have that I didn't think about is this build area is probably not the right size to store that thing in. So the problem is I've now beached my boat in a position that I can't do anything about it in. You know? That's really bad. Anyway, let's have a little run around, see if we can find more crates. If we find at least one more, this island has definitely paid for itself, and that is brilliant. So let's run up these stairs. There isn't generally a crate over in that direction, I don't think. However, over this way there usually is one. But I'm going to run upstairs first, just in case there's one at the top of the tower. Well, hey, there's a crate up here too for 9,500. I've got so much money from this. That is excellent. That is really good. So, we're going to travel back down there, and I'm going to try and design some sort of helicopter, I think. Oh, I don't know. Should we build a helicopter? I kind of wanted to build a plane, but we've obviously not really got a runway here. So a helicopter makes sense. I really don't know how I'm going to build this thing, so let's just try and build maybe like a tiny bit of a cockpit first. So we're obviously going to have it be this wide at least. So let's get ourselves a seat. We are going to go ahead and use the compact seat, shove that right there in the center. We're going to have instruments like directly in front. So let's go ahead and have those. Right here in the floor, obviously we need breakers. This just makes sense, okay? Leave me alone, it's fine. That's going to be our little seat paddle thingamabobbies. Very good. And then we're going to build it off of this. So far, it looks terrible, but that's okay. All right, this is fine. So out behind this, let's go ahead and build this up a little bit. There we go. That's going to be the front of the helicopter. We're going to go ahead and build this across here, and we have ourselves a little room kind of thing. Let's then go to Windows and try and sort this out in some sort of nice fashion. No idea how this is going to work, but we're going to try our best. So, I'm thinking we go with maybe one of these. That's too small. We need it to be higher, please. One of these? Nope, higher than that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we need it to be higher than this. That is scary. That is kind of scary. Let me go ahead and put that in there for now. But this is going to change slightly. Maybe one of these? Aha! That could work. So, we make it black. We chuck it on there like this. And no, that's too close. That's actually too close. So it's going to have to be a 1 by... Oh my, that's too big. There's so much going on here. This is the right size. Shove that right there like that. Grab ourselves a normal window that is going to go in the center, like this one. There we go. And then let's grab one of these angled windows that is going to go on the side. So it's actually one of these, like this. Perfect. From there, we're going to go backwards by only like 2. So let's grab these guys and chuck them on there. And then we're going to build this up and over the top with one of these, which is going to be, oh my goodness, like this. There we go. And I am actually going to leave the top open, but we're going to pretend that there is actually a window there. I think that's fair. I think it's fair to pretend there's windows, right? Maybe? Anyway, let's go ahead and get ourselves a parachute. This could be extremely important to us later on, so let's go ahead and do that. And then build all of these guys in right behind. There we go. In fact, let's chuck that on there like that. That is the start of our helicopter. Let me go ahead and jump inside of it. And let's see how it looks with a human in it. Let's go. Alright, let's jump in. I can't seem to get in the seat. There we go. Okay, I mean, it looks fine. Not great, but fine. Well, what we're going to do from here then is send it backwards by 2, and then we're going to have it come down just like so. So that's one thing coming down, which looks kind of okay, actually. What we're then going to do is shove one of these guys on here, which means we're going to have to shove either one of these guys on and then do this, or try and sort out something else. Now, that looks a bit strange to me. So what we'll do is we'll delete those, shove this guy on here like so, and then if we put this here, we can actually put another one of these guys right there like that. Alright, again, looks a little bit strange, but it is what it is. So delete this piece, put a pipe directly into there like this. There we go. And then put a propeller directly on top of there like this. There we go. What we could do is actually have 2 of these and have it be contra-rotating, but I don't think I want to. I think I want to leave it like this. Oh boy, so from here, we're going to have this come down. Now, that makes things a little bit trickier, but I think if I can zoom this across here like so, kind of, a little bit, there we go. We can whack one of those guys onto there again. And then if we do one more, just like so, that will be excellent, I think. And then what we'll do from there, weirdly, is actually have it extend out like this, and then have this guy go straight out of there like so. Okay, so far so good. What I am going to have to do though, since we're going to have a tail rotor, is send this back to being 4, so that I can actually extend this backwards, so that I can then extend this upwards, so that we actually have room for a tail rotor. There you go, delete those guys right there, shove this in here and here, that in there and there, do one more, there we go, and then shove these guys back onto here like so. On the underside, I will actually put one of these guys here like this, and I will do one of these guys like that. Although that's going to change actually, so never mind. Okay, right, perfect. We're in a good situation here. We've done all right. I do want to change this bit though, so delete these 4. Go ahead and grab a 1x4 pyramid, or inversed pyramid. Chuck that guy on there. Go ahead and do one of these guys right here like this. There we go. And attach these guys together like so. Bam! Okay, excellent. From here, we're going to attach these guys onto the side of there, like so. And then I want to... I don't know what I want to do. Grab this, chuck it on here like this. There we go. Grab this guy, chuck it on there like that. And then I think from here, I'm just going to go ahead and have this come upwards by 1. Oh, that actually isn't too bad. That is not too shabby. Go ahead and shove those guys into there. Delete this one, chuck this from here to here. That is fine by me. It's very small, this thing is tiny, but I think that's okay. I'm also going to extend it downwards by 1 because I feel like I can. So raise it upwards a little bit, send this backwards to there, attach this guy onto here like this, seal these guys off together, shove one of these guys onto there like so. Go ahead and do these guys together as well, and chuck that all the way across there. Oh yeah! Alright, spawn it in, let's have a little look. I can't see because it's dark. Oh! Oh! It got very laggy, but it's tiny, so I think this is gonna work. Yeah, I quite like it. I don't like the idea of the fact that if I get out of my seat mid-flight, I'm gonna get chopped up, but other than that, this is great. How do I sort out the front end? And what do I want on the front end? So, realistically, actually, I kind of wanted some sort of gun on this. The other thing I wanted was rocket launchers. I love the rocket launchers. I just think they're very sort of effective. So what if I added 2 rocket launchers right there? Right. Maybe one back? Like this? One there and one here? Okay, and then on the underside, we can actually bring these out to sort of fit. If that makes sense. So one can go there. And then if I attach this onto here as well, maybe that'll be cool. Looks a bit weird, but that's fine. And then on the underside, or the upper side, I guess, we're going to chuck this guy on here like this. I am going to zoom this across the side, like that. Actually, let's do it to there. And then I'm going to chuck one of these guys on here. Okay, so far so good. On the underside, I wouldn't mind doing the same thing. So delete this, grab one of these, chuck it in there like this. And then on the other side, do the same thing, but the other way around. Oh yeah, there we go. That looks really bizarre now. It feels a little bit strange actually, but sure. And then I wouldn't mind, you know in some helicopters they have kind of like little wings to hold the pylons? What if I did that too? So, tiny little wings like these. Chuck that across there. And instead of it actually holding anything, we'll just have it be a little wing. It looks a bit crazy, but sure. Oh man, I was thinking maybe an actual like pivotable gun on the front would be really cool, but the problem is when it comes to actually having it in the size of the guns, etc., it's not the greatest. In fact, it's really not the greatest, so I don't know how I'm gonna do that without infinite ammo. So like if I went for like an autocannon, for example, it'd be really cool to have just a singular one of these mounted to the front. How crazy would that be? But then having ammo for it and stuff like that would be insane. The other idea, which I thought was really interesting but definitely cannot happen, is if we added one of these. Can you imagine that? My goodness, they're just so heavy though, so we can't do that. Look at that, the weight is right there. You add one of these to the front, the weight comes all the way to here, from there. That's ridiculous. I have a little bit of an idea. If I go ahead and whack that back there like so, and then I go to medium ammo drum, chuck that right there in the center, what if we actually went with this? It looks insane. It does. It looks absolutely insane. But we can annihilate things with this, possibly. Although heavy autocannons, if we go with high explosive rounds, I don't think there's going to be very many rounds in there, is there? Let's have a little look. Is it like 10 or something? It's 40. Ooh, that's more than I thought. I actually kind of want to try this. We can just like hover next to an enemy, fire these at it, and also fire this at it, and just hope to destroy it quickly. I'm gonna do it. We might as well try. It's unique and it's interesting. Let's try. The thing that's not unique and interesting is trying to fix all of this together in some sort of fashionable, nice way. There is currently no real way of doing it. So I'm gonna box that bit off at the front. I'm gonna box this piece off right here, and I'm just gonna whack that across there. Okay, that's it. That is actually it. What I also want to do, just because I think it'll be interesting, is chuck one of these on. But it obviously has to be a heavy autocannon one, not a light autocannon one. There we go. Yeah. Don't know how I feel about that, actually, but we're gonna go with it. So, from here, you might be wondering, well, how are you gonna power it? Well, that's the nice thing about having this. This right here is a jet engine. It is a 1x1, and it is gonna go right there, just like that. If we then attach ourselves on a compressor first, here we go. Jet compressor pointing backwards. We then get ourselves a combustion chamber, which is this one. And we have that pointing inwards. There we go. We can then get ourselves a turbine that is this guy. And that goes on there like this. I actually kind of want this moved forward slightly, but that's okay. What we're then going to do is attach an exhaust onto the back, just like so, and that'll be fine. Okay, so, I need to move this about, kind of. So grab this guy, cut it, move it forwards, and flip it over. There we go, paste it there. Take it to the other side and paste it in the same place right here. And delete the rear bit, there we go. Merge this with this, and this with this. It looks a bit stupid on the side, but it is what it is. We're then going to have the value of this be like 1. So if I get a number, this could be really bad if I get shot and this number gets destroyed. But let's go ahead and put that back there for now. If I attach this to here, and I make the value 1, these jets won't actually propel us forwards, they'll just be there for looks. Okay? We're also going to not have show particles. Perfect. Okay, we're in a decent situation here then. So, if I delete this guy, we just have to have it come into here. Perfect. Alright, pipe it together. So we'll do this. I'll get a gearbox. And I'm going to chuck that into there like this. Oh, problem. We also need it to go backwards. So actually, that needs to go on there like that. And it needs to go that way. Yep. Point towards the engines. Perfect. And then get ourselves some pipes and attach them in. Please say this works. Oh, yeah. Okay. Right. Fantastic. Then we have to get another pipe and chuck it in the bottom. So this has to go in here like this. And then our fuel tank is going to go on the inside of here. So if we go to tanks, I should be able to grab some medium ones. And I'm going to put them in here like this. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, right. Pipe these guys together. So obviously that one needs to go downwards. And then that one needs to go upwards. These are all going to be jet fuel. There we go. Jet fuel, and jet fuel. And there we go. Perfect. Oh, this is so strange. Oh, this is very weird. I feel like we should put like a little bit of landing gear on this or something. So I don't want it to be crazy. All I'm going to do is towards the front, do something like this. There we go. Go ahead and shove this onto the side. And then actually, no, wait. Delete that. Shove this here. Bam, bam. Wheel. Here we go. 3x3 wheel. Go ahead and chuck that directly on there like that. Excellent, I think. And then towards the rear, we're going to have one come off of here, I think. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. There we go. Maybe? Yeah, sure, I guess. And then we'll just do this and this. And then hopefully with one of these guys, we can just put this on here. So hang on, put this back. I accidentally did that. There we go. Grab one of those again, chuck it on the side like this. Bam. That looks stupid. That looks incredibly dumb. If I do this and this, then maybe, and then I attach this guy onto here, I don't think that's going to work either, actually, but we'll see. If we then make it tire radius tiny, it's not quite right. Oh, wow. I said it's not quite right. It's terrible. But it sort of works. Kind of. I think I do want it to come off of here and just have it be kind of small. But that helicopter looks crazy. Okay, I've changed it up a little bit and I think it does look a little bit better, but still, this is a very strange looking helicopter. Like, extremely strange. So we have our rear wheel back there. We have our 2 wheels at the front. We don't currently have a rotor at the back, so I need to add one of those. And then we can possibly try and take off with this. Oh wait, I was doing the fuel before and I just completely ignored that. Let me go ahead and try and fix this first. So pipes need to come in, obviously, so we'll do a straight pipe there. We're then going to do the interior like this, so one of those there. And then we're going to do one of these guys, obviously going down. And then an angled piece going up into here like so. There we go. Grab one of those, chuck it on there like that. Very good. And hopefully that's all fine? I think it will be. I genuinely don't know. Let's shove a NOT gate in here straight away as well. So this NOT gate, essentially what this does is allows the brakes to be on automatically, and then we turn them off with 1, 2, 3 or whatever. So we're actually going to turn them off with 6. There we go. Let's label that brakes, please. Here we go. Brakes. Excellent. Yes. What I'd also like to do, which may be a bit strange, is this window. Oh, I like the idea of this, but at the same time I kind of don't. Because if I put that on top of there, we won't be able to get out. So actually, let's not do that. I just wanted it to save me from dying to this, but it might not be the case. Well, anyway, let's go to this side. Delete this guy right here. Go to tail, rotors. Here we go. Shove this guy into here like this. Wait, I can't? Why? Oh, because I'm too tall. It's too tall. Right, hang on. Put this down on the ground now because we might as well. Chuck that in right there. Go to the other sides, and we're going to start deleting things and going forwards. Here we go. Straight across there. We are straight in the back end, and then we can attach it directly onto here. So bring this down, send it back, and pipe it straight out of there. Not with an angled piece, but with a straight piece. Here we go. I can actually do this if I wanted to, and then realistically, I could actually do it with see-through pipes. I don't know if that's strange though. That might be a little bit weird because I could do this and then put an actual pipe in here, but I think this is fine. All right, cool. So we're in a good situation. Let's go ahead and put 3 to 1 on here. Actually, 9 to 5 is good for now. 9 to 5 and 9 to 5. There we go. We're actually going to go with 5 blades. Now that might seem a little bit strange, but it's redundancy. We're going to go ahead and shove a gyro on next, and this is going to be located directly on the underside like this. So we'll go ahead and chuck that in there. And obviously the button to turn this on will be 1. There we go. And then we obviously have to attach all of these guys together as well. So up and down is collective. Excellent. Pitch is obviously going to be pitch. There we go. That is going to be on WNS. There we go. WNS on there. Yaw is going to go to the rear. There we go. Which is then going to go to left and right. Excellent. A&D is going to go to roll. And that is going to go to here. Okay, perfect. Is that everything connected? I think it actually is. We also need a battery in here somewhere. I think I'm going to go with a tiny one. And actually, we're going to go ahead and put a few in the front. So 4 of them here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hang on. Turn it around. 3 and 4. Excellent. I'm actually going to go ahead and shove one in the center as well. And we'll connect all of it to there. So bam, 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 bam. Excellent. These two. Not that that bit matters, actually. Never mind. Connect all of those guys and these guys. And that is A-okay. This is crazy business. Let's go ahead and shove a throttle in here somewhere, I guess. Throttle, here we go. This one? Okie dokie. Is that okay? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Throttle down, throttle up. No, that's not what we want. That's not what we want. We want this one. Here we go. So throttle goes into both engines, and we're just gonna leave it like that, I guess. I think we just go for it. I think we try and take off with this now, as is. Just in case we have any issues, a rope anchor will be connected directly to the tail, and we're actually going to go ahead and connect one directly to the front, right there in the center, and I guess one on each side, next to the wings, or on the wings, I guess, just like that. Okay, save it, yes, and let's try and go. This could be crazy. I really hope it works. Wait. Key. We need a key. Yes, we do. Here we go. Key button. That is going to go right there. That's fine. And we're going to connect that, obviously, to the engines. We need to be able to turn them on. Other than that, we're good. All right, let's try it again. All right, here we go. I didn't put electricity to it. All right, everybody, be prepared to die. It is highly possible and probable that we do, in fact, die. So, go ahead and turn the key. There we go. Throttle up the engine to, like, 1, I guess. And let's see what happens. This could be extremely weird, or it could work perfectly. Alright, we're starting to turn. We are flying. We are in the air. Okay. Too much RPM going through that. We have limited the RPS to 15 now, so let's see what happens. We have our battery right there. We have our fuel right here. That's not actually the full fuel. That's just from one of the fuel tanks, and there is obviously 3. Let's go ahead and try and take off again. Here we go. Please say it can actually lift off. That'd be great. We're struggling to actually take off. Might need a tiny bit more RPM. Yeah, a little bit more, and then we should be good. And then we can do this. Oh, yeah. Oh, I almost forgot that I can die to the propeller. That was very close. Woo! Alright, let me change the RPM, and then we can try and fly it again. Please say it'll take off this time. The other thing that I need to watch out for is if there's actually any enemies about, because, if there is, we're gonna have to try and kill them. That is a small-sized vessel. Ooh. I didn't actually think about killing the small vessels, but that might be a good idea. Alright, we've now limited it to 30. And of course it does take off. But it's not amazing, is it? I think we need more RPM than this. It does fly though, so at least there's that, but it's definitely limited. So we need a bit more. Let's upgrade it to maybe like 60. 60 it is. Alright, this should be enough, I hope. If it is, I might actually go and try and take out an enemy ship. This might be it. Please say it is. If we get in the air and we're a decent power... No. You see, that's the problem. That is a problem. You know what I think it is? I don't have control of up and down, which means I'm pretty sure I haven't actually connected it. So that means that, I'm pretty sure... Let's have a little look here. Let me do it really quickly. If we look at this, stabilize pitch, that's fine. See, up and down isn't actually connected to up and down. Yeah. So they weren't actually connected. That's connected. This is connected. Up and down was not connected. Therefore, that was actually the problem. Okay, let's go one more time. Oh, we are in business now. Oh, yes, we are. Okay, so. Whoa, bit of a problem there, but we're good. We're good. It's when you turn the gyro on when you haven't had it on, it causes some issues. But right now, we are good. We are good to go. Oh, yes. Please don't fall out the sky. That would be terrible. Look at it. This thing looks ridiculous. So I'm hoping that we can actually do a decent amount of damage with both the heavy autocannons and the rocket pods that we have right there. Is that likely to happen? Probably not, but we're going to try. I have to turn back. I had to turn back. We are going to run out of fuel if I do not head straight back home. So if we have a little look down here, my fuel is on 100. That is not very much. So we got to go straight back and land as quick as we can. Because otherwise, I might die. The problem with crashing a helicopter into water is that you generally die. So yeah, don't want that to happen. I'm heading straight back home and we'll figure it out from there. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We're coming in for a landing. Let's just do it here. Land. In fact, I should be able to return it to the workbench here. Possibly. So instead of wasting more fuel on landing, we should be able to get out and return it. Whew. Okay, perfect. More tanks of fuel are needed on this aircraft. So what are we going to do? Well, I'm going to add more tanks of fuel on the aircraft, of course. There we go. 2 tanks of fuel right there, which means I do have to get rid of this, unfortunately, and I don't know what that is. What is that? Oh, it's a rocket. Oh, I don't want to get rid of that. I could get rid of this and then go up there. Ooh, that works. And then what is this? Where are we? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Perfect. So, pipes. Here we go. This is where things get very interesting. That guy goes on there like... no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. We just need one of these. There we go. One of those on there, and then one of these guys on here. Perfect. We're then going to go ahead and pipe this across there. Perfect. It's going to have to go down through this bit. So if we can angle that like so. Perfect. We get ourselves a straight pipe, which comes down. And we go ahead and attach it directly into here, like this. That right there is 2 more fuel tanks on each wing. It looks stupid, but we need them. The other thing I'm going to do is actually take one of these off of here. And that should allow the rear rotor to spin a little bit better, which is exactly what we need. I'm then going to add all of these thingamabobbies together using adds, and that should be fine. It's not really the best way of doing this. I could make a microcontroller, which is probably better, but we're just going to add adds. I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh, there's more things we need to add to this, actually, isn't there? We need a way to refuel it and a way to allow gases out. So let's go ahead and put some pipes on here like this. There we go. We're going to have a gas relief on one side, which is just going to be this guy over here. And that's going to have an air thingamabobby on the end. That's fine. There you go. And on the other side, we're going to have a hose connector. And that's going to allow us to fill this thing up. I'm also going to put a dial on this side as well, just so that we can see how much is actually in it. So go ahead and connect this guy over here straight into there, and that's going to be our fuel. Excellent. Yeah, there we go. So now we can actually refill this thing with fuel if we need to. Perfect. So let's go ahead and save this thing real quick. I should probably change the color of it. I don't know what I would change the color of it to is the issue. I'm going to go ahead and paint this guy like that. And then actually, let's replace the color of the entire thing like this. No, like this. Oh, it's a gray helicopter. Should I have a green helicopter? That looks kind of cool. Oh, let's go with that. Let's go with that. That's a nice green. Sure. Okay, right, cool. So we have a green helicopter ready to go. And that's fine by me. Save it. Yes. There we go. And I'm ready. I don't know what I'm ready for, but I'm ready. So, it still doesn't have any lights on it. That's crazy. It's crazy. There's no lights. There's no bed either. I've got no bed. The enemy is not that far away now, though. It's a small vessel. That's what's also freaking me out a little bit. I think firing at something small is going to be harder than firing at something big. I could be wrong. Right, I'm leaving that there. I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to go to bed. I need to check something really quickly, and I don't think it's going to be good. So diesel, we have 4,400. That is fine. That is not, though. Jet storage, 278. That is not very good. So if I have a little look inside of here, if there's only like a limited amount, then I've got a serious, serious problem. Yeah, that's not good. I don't know why it's going down either. That's weird. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit out of here properly either, so I've got an idea that may or may not be a good idea. So, delete this guy. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, that seems pretty crazy, but sure. We're going to get ourselves a track. Yep, we're going to do this, and actually, let's get it in the right color. So we're going to put a track in here, 1 and 2, and I'm going to go ahead and chuck this here like this. Alright, what we're then going to do is grab this guy, and, whoa, that guy, and this guy, cut it, paste it. Okay, we're then going to merge this with this. No, this with this. Aha! This with this. Aha, again. Okay, what we're then going to do is put this guy in here, 1. I'm going to delete that, 2. And we'll actually put this guy here like this, 3. Okay, we're then going to need a button, which I am going to put here, I think. Button. And this is going to be the button to allow it to open and close. We're then going to put a switch box right here, so right next to it. Like this. And this is going to be fine. So this connects down to here. And here. Perfect. That goes to the button. And then on value is 1. Off value is -1. And obviously that is connected to there, so the electricity needs to go to that. If possible. And then obviously the electricity needs to go to here and here. And that's it. Alright, I'm hoping for the best here. Missing required diesel to fill tanks. Diesel. Please don't say they've got diesel in them. Jet fuel some, jet fuel some. Doesn't say there's any diesel in it. What about this one? Jet fuel some, jet fuel some. We don't have very much fuel whatsoever. Oh look, it's open. Perfect. We're inside. Push the button. It closes. Aha! Alright, that's not bad. The thing is, how much fuel have we got? 237 fuel. Can I get to the refinery from here with that much fuel? I think so. We're gonna risk it. Start your engines! Engine is going on. Throttle is gonna be at about 50%. Alright, please start up very quickly. That would be great. Okay. We're in a good situation so far. And now we just gotta go for it. We really do. We just gotta go for it. Full speed, go! This is risky. This is extremely risky. But we're doing our thing. And hopefully it'll be fine. Oh my goodness. Unfortunately, we are fighting the wind here. This is terrible. This is actually really, really bad. I don't know if I'm using extra fuel by having these on the back, by the way. I kind of don't think it's going to be changing anything, but I could be wrong. But we got to keep going. How much fuel do I have left? 120. We've used 100 fuel already. There is a helicopter going crazy above the refinery that I can currently see. It's going crazy up there. Alright, but we got to be careful. And we also have to land nicely so that we don't die. Okay? That is our job right now. How much we got left? 97. Less than 100 fuel left. Please say we can land and be fine. This is risky. This is very risky. Alright, here we go. Land it down on the ground as soon as we possibly can. I don't want to break anything. I don't have any repair kits. Welders. I don't have any of those. Land it. Okay. Actually, go forwards. Go forwards just a little bit. Just a little bit. And land it here. Perfect. Alright, ram it into the ground. That's all good. And turn it off. How much do you have left? 51. Holy. Okay. Out the seat we get. Do that. Excellent. And then to get out of here, we just do this. Oh. That is not bad. Okay, so. We need to refuel this thing from this. No. Oh, that gantry over there. Oh, no, 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 no. I should have parked it further forward. This is... I don't think I'm going to be able to get to that. We have 50 fuel remaining, right? Is it 50? We got to try. We actually have to. There's no other option here. Throttle it up to full, use as much as we want. That's okay. And I might actually try and park next to it. Because that might be my only option. Please! How much have we used already? Some. Get me in the air. There we go. Fly straight over to it. And land right next to it. Is that the helicopter from earlier? I think it is. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Land. Land. We're actually running out of fuel. Oh, no, 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 no. Move forwards. Tiny bit. I'm gonna hope and pray that this is fine. Turn it off. We had 3 fuel left, which actually means we had none. I'm pretty sure. But we have landed it in a perfect position to refuel. So, grab this. I don't need a rope. Grab this. Turn the pump on. Attach this from here straight onto there. Please say this doesn't do anything crazy. Oh, yes! Oh, maybe no. Oh, yes, but maybe no. That's going to weigh a lot. That is... I'm going to stop refueling it from there. That is going to weigh loads. I don't have a welder either. No. No. Okay. That's bad. That's real bad, because I don't think we can take off with... What is it, 2? 2 propellers? I don't think we can. Wait, there might be a welder. There might be a welder on the siren. No, is it? It's not a welder, is it? It's a cable thingamabobby. No! Yeah, it's a cable on this side and a rope on this side. That is not good. That is actually really bad. I'm gonna have a look around for a crate whilst I get really upset with myself. But, oh, that sucks. The thing is, we are very close to our starter base, so I can actually just swim over there. But I don't want to. I don't want to swim over there. Oh, yes! There's a crate. Woo! Alright, 7,500. I don't think there's any way that we can take off with 2 propellers with more weight than I've ever tried to take off with. You know, I don't think there's a possibility of that. So, I think I'm just gonna have to swim. Unfortunately. Alright, close the gate. There we go. I don't see any other option. I feel like trying to take off is just a terrible idea. Is it worth trying? The answer's no, but let's try anyway. We are currently full throttle right now. And we're gonna try our best to take off and fly with having 2 blades. Okay, we're a bit wobbly. We're a bit wobbly. That's okay. Fly as fast as I can back to my starter base. And we'll go from there. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Come on! Keep it going! Keep it going! Yep, this is not terrible. Not terrible. We are probably using quite a lot of fuel. But that's okay. Don't go down. Don't go down. We need to land outside and get a repair tool out there as soon as possible, please. Go around the edge. It doesn't matter where we land, as long as we land. And as long as we still have our fuel with us, of course. Oh yeah. The redundancy of more blades actually helped me out massively. That's great. That is so good. Land it on the ground, doesn't really matter where. There we go. Turn it off so we don't use too much more fuel. That is perfect. That is actually so good. Yes! Alright, let's go get a welder. Alright, there is the welder down there. Let's go ahead and grab it real quick. If this kills me, I'm going to be super upset. I have the welder. I've returned this back to the workbench. Perfect. There we go. And I'm going to go fix my helicopter. I don't know what all of this freezing is. I keep freezing, and it's really strange. Anyway, fix this so that there is 5 left. I did actually mean to add a welder on this, as well as a fire extinguisher and also a first aid kit. I'd also like to add a horizontal stabilizer right here. But other than that, I mean, we're in a good situation. What is that? Is that a civilian? Looks like it might be. I don't think it's an enemy anyway. That's okay. There are currently no enemies actually nearby. There is a riverboat in distress. No enemies nearby. I would love to destroy an enemy right now, but they're so far away. My helicopter doesn't have the range. I'm going to sleep. I'm actually going to sleep. The thing is, there's something I need to do in the morning, and it requires possibly a little bit of, what's the word? What is the word? International law breaking? Geneva Convention breaking? Something like that. Something like that. If you guys don't know what I'm going to do, well, you'll see in a second. Why is there so many helicopters about? There's loads. There's actually loads. Anyway, Geneva Convention. No. War crime. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. We're going to commit a war crime. Let's go. Do it together. I'm going to set this to 57. Okay. And war crimes can be committed together. Okay? Hopefully everyone's okay with that. We've already taken off when we are flying towards War Crime Central, which, in case you guys don't know what War Crime Central is, it is that helicopter in the sky just there. We're going to try some aerial warfare on a civilian Coast Guard helicopter. That is my plan anyway. Whether I'll hit it or not is a different question. We just need to test out our weapons. Let's just pretend there's nobody on board that thing. Oh. Okay. 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 We got it. What I would say is that I need both my rockets and my guns to be on different buttons, because that caused some issues there that we experienced. But that's okay. Right, so fuel situation, we are good. I could actually go get some more, and in fact, I am going to need some more eventually, but I'm going to return back, and we're going to do some more modifications to the helicopter. We are here! Yes, we made it back. So, I don't know what to do. This helicopter does not have the range to do missions that... I think my game just crashed. Oh, no, not here! It died!